Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Masterclass Episode 10. That's right, we've made it to 10 episodes, and we're just getting started. With me, as always, is my co-host, Tarn. Tarn, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. 10 episodes, haven't been fired, so I couldn't be better.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think this is the one. We're going to be doing the constructed draft with the either the warrior or the paladin, and we'll let the coin of RNG decide. We're going to do a quick discussion about Fight Night and the current meta on the ladder, and then we're going to finish off with some cooperative laddering. So, going in directly to the constructed draft, we will open up our collection, and Tarn, we're going to first determine what deck, what hero we're going to play. So for those of you who haven't seen constructed draft before, basically what happens is we pick one hero. We each get we're each making a deck with that hero, and whatever card you choose, the next player can't choose that same card. So we'll have completely different cards. We draft a full deck, 2 of any regular card, 1 of any legendary, and then we play them out. So Tarn, do you have the coin of RNG ready?
Do I have the coin of RNG ready? It's always ready, man. It's the
Sweet.
coin of RNG. So I believe Paladin calls heads just because he told me so.
Sounds good. Paladin is heads.
There we go.
Heads!
Oh,
the Paladin!
It is.
Alright.
Look at that.
I feel like that was rigged, but probably rigged in my favor. Alright.
Alright. So instead of naming the deck Paladin this time,
Nicely done. Alright, we're going to need another coin of RNG here, Tarn, to see who gets to pick first.
Oh, it's ready. It's always ready.
Nice.
I will let you call.
I will go with Tails, because it never fails.
Oh, does it? Because it failed last time.
Not for me, it didn't. Heads. Oh, burn. Well, this is the first week where you actually get to pick first, so I hope you pick well.
I'm going to get myself a true silver champion.
Really? I'm going to get myself a equality.
Well, then I choose consecration.
Well, then I choose Avenging Wrath.
I'll take Sword of Justice.
It's a really nice one. I will take. I will take.
You will take your time. That's what you will take, apparently. Yes.
I'm looking, and it's gonna be a Guardian of Kings.
Oh, took too long. You chose correctly. Did you chose Avenging Wrath? Yes,
yeah.
I will take Eldor Peacekeeper.
Nice pick. I will go with Argent Protector.
Alright, I will take Holy Light.
Which one is that? I don't have that card.
2 mana? Yes, you do. It's a basic card.
Sorry, hold on.
2 mana, heal for 6.
Oh, yep, there it is. Sorry about that. Apologies. Hammer of Wrath.
Very nice, very nice. We shall take... Where is it? Blessing O Kings.
Oh, I was gonna take it. Son of a... I will go with... almost it for those cards. I'm going to take Argent Squire.
Ooh. Well then, you know what I'm getting.
What are you getting?
That is, in fact, Blood Knight.
I'm excited about that. That was gonna be my next pick.
I figured you were lining it up with that Argent Squire pretty heavy.
You bastard! All right, I'll take a loot hoarder.
Protector. You'll take what?
A loot hoarder.
Ooh, loot hoarder. Get my cards. Get my cards. I think I'll go for my cards a different way and get Divine Favor. Divine Favor.
Which one's that? Divine Favor. Oh yeah, I know that one.
Alright, now I need some minions besides Blood Knight.
Acidic Swamp Ooze. Don't know how I didn't get that earlier. That was a big mistake on my part to not get that earlier.
Yeah, with all my weapons. That's gonna be painful. Alright. I will take the Knife Juggler.
Nicely done. And in true spirit of the game, I will take 2 Wild Pyromancers.
Ooh. Wild Pyros. Wild Pyros are blowing stuff up.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna take 2 Acolytes of Pain.
I like that. I'll take 2 Ironbeak Owls.
Oh, your hard counters.
That hard counter wasn't for him. It was for the for the Blood Knight, I think.
Okay, it's still 3/3 after. I'm alright with that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just am aware of how many Divine Shields might go away real quick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I'm trying to think what else is in. I'm gonna take Faceless Manipulator.
Ooh, naughty. That's a good one. I'm going to take 2 Ancient Watchers.
Ancient Watchers. Oh, 'cause you got the silence. I like it.
Yeah, why not, right?
Alright, well, I think I'll let you have the small one. But I will take for myself. Where is he? There he is, Defender of Arcs.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take the small one. I'm gonna take the big Spellbreaker.
We're going full. Alright, okay. Okay.
I'm not aware of needing any taunt.
Harvest Golem.
Okay. I mean, since you haven't taken it, I may as well grab the Sunfury Protector, just because it hasn't been taken.
I know you were trying to bait me into taking both of them.
No,
I'm gonna take both of them.
No, I'll happily take it. I just wanted to get all the silence.
I'm gonna take Nat Pagel.
Nicely done. Okay. You have Consecrate, right? So we'll take Frostwolf Warlord.
Frostwolf Warlord. Oh. Okay. Okay. Ah, man. You have Tyrion?
No. Sorry.
I hate you. I hate you.
Sorry.
But I know you do have Arn Bloodhoof.
Yes, I do. I definitely do. I will take Sunwalkers.
Black Knight.
Mm-hmm. I will take nothing more. That is it. You got one more pick.
Oh. That's correct. God. My healing is a little low. And I only have one card left, so that one card, I believe,
Will be Lay on Hands?
be Lay on Hands.
Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting.
Man. That is interesting. I don't like how little creatures I have. But that's good. It's a good draft.
I have 16 2-drops. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, these are the decks, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3rd ever constructed draft. Good luck, my friend.
Good luck.
These are always so much fun. This has becoming
love it.
my favorite segment.
I should just play my real Paladin deck and see if you feel like it, if you recognize it or not.
So Tarn and I are not going to look at each other's hands. They are up, but we're not going to look at them. Uh-oh. You picked the wrong hero, buds.
Yeah, I did.
GG!
I selected the deck. I swear I did.
Alright, so I win this week. Thank you guys for checking out the constructed draft.
That'll be the episode. Thank you guys for checking out episode 10. We'll see you next week.
Alright, now Paladin versus Paladin. Here we go.
Wow, look at that. That is exactly what I clicked. Everyone can see that.
I'm not looking at your screen. Alright, here we go. Good luck once again, sir. I hope it turns out better for you this time. That's looking good.
Want me playing that hunter?
That's looking good. Alright. Justice demands retribution, my friend.
Does indeed.
Actually, I like this hand.
I liked my hand too. It's surprising.
Well met.
Alright.
Whoa now.
Couple Argent Squires hanging out, doing their thing.
Now. Just whoa now. Easy now with the Argent Squires, man. Easy.
Don't worry, no more are coming. Unless you face us manipulator them, no more are coming out.
Settle down, Squires. Settle down.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Here comes the owl. Here comes the owl.
No.
Right? Kidding.
That's some good value on both of our parts, I would say.
It is. It is. A 9/9. It's pretty fun to have up there.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. That was like the perfect thing for you, too.
Did you notice? Did you notice that I didn't even play my recruitment? I didn't want you to burst any of your bubbles.
Alright. Oh, on your 2-drop?
On my turn 2, yeah, that's why I didn't even play a...
Oh, I thought that was your turn 1. Okay, I missed it. Nicely done.
Strategy.
That was clever. That worked out well for you. Oh, here we go. We got some minions coming out.
Reporting for duty.
Soon the ooze. It's gonna break my spirit, break my will to live. You're right.
Not on my watch.
Little swamp ooze for you to hang out, keeping the Argent Squire company. That's all.
Sir.
My shields for Argon.
Oh, that would have been so sweet if it had hit the ooze.
It have been. It would have been.
Well,
If it hit anything but the would have hit. Actually, it would have been sweet. I guess apparently.
So someone's gonna have to die.
Not on my
This is turn 6. Oh my god.
reporting for duty.
Being
It's a beautiful board. There's so much like colors. It's like the United Colors of Benetton over here.
Get out of here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 4-4. That's crazy scary.
Give it a blessing, baby. Give it a blessing.
That's
Got my blessing. Oh man, this board. I feel so crippled playing without equality.
What do I want to do here?
You definitely do not want to kill the 6-7. That's what you don't.
I cannot kill the 6-7.
Oh wait, yeah, you're one short. Sweet. Sweet. I mean, then you definitely want to attack with everything into the 6-7. That's what I meant.
That's what I was thinking.
This is my
I think
responsibility.
one card each time, guys.
This is my responsibility.
See if I can do that on that.
Another 4-4. F&A Cotton. That card is doing some work. Oh, is that a little retribution on the Swamp Ooze? Is that what that is?
A little. Justice demanded it.
Justice does demand retribution. This is true.
Ah,
The battle.
that is very saddening to me.
Reporting for duty.
2 cards, man. That is some value town.
Holy crap. Can I buy a consecration?
Oh
Oh my god, thank you, game. Jeez.
What? Did you just get... Oh my goodness gracious. That's not fair.
It's like Pat Sajak is hosting this game. I just asked to buy a consecration.
Yeah, that's not cool. Not cool.
Reporting for duty.
Right. Back in the game.
You are back in the game.
I mean, I had 2 out of 17 chance.
Reporting for duty.
Bad. Not bad tops. Shields.
I can wait.
Nat's coming fishing, but let's see how the RNG is for Nat.
Reporting
Got a
for
short
duty.
fishing trip. Here we go. Come on. No, Nat, you bum.
Oh, that's great.
He had 1 day to fish. And he didn't back. Okay.
We're back in it. We're back in it, baby. do you have a Blood Knight? Is the question.
Oh my god.
Do you have a Blood Knight? Oh, that's painful. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I played things a little bit out of. Actually, no. I didn't.
No, that was fine.
I just pinged you.
Nah, either way.
Oh wait, you played both.
Play both what?
Quads.
Oh yeah, but that's okay. I've got a silence in my deck.
I love how we're both out of cards.
I know.
Reporting.
Alright, how do I want to do this? That's the only way we're doing it. It's the only way we're doing it.
It's not a very nice way to do it. Oh, look at this.
Oh
card
no.
drop value.
Oh no. Oh, look at that. 1 card. I bet. Oh, you can't play it. Okay,
Reporting for
fair enough. Oh, you sacrificed the minion.
Well, I gotta keep that board down.
Yeah,
This is.
that's a good point.
Although, I don't know what you would have buffing wise. That minion.
Normally I would save this for later, but I'm of the opinion right now that this game is really tight. It's really close.
I hate you. I hate you stealing my weapons.
I didn't steal it. I just got rid of it. Oh, that's not cool.
reporting for duty.
Back in it.
You're back in it. Oh man.
Like, we're clawing our way back.
Alright, what do I want to do here?
Your magic shall not save you.
The frost wolves stand
Didn't silence the on.
No.
The battle.
Possible. What do I have to deal with? Oh, Pat. Thank you, Pat Zajac.
Follow
Again.
the rules.
Jesus. Jesus! This is not cool. This is bullshit.
Reporting for duty.
I was questioning saving the ooze for that weapon, but I had to go with my gut.
Yeah, I mean it was really tight, and I had the healing out, so
Yeah.
it was a good call on your part.
Reporting for duty.
Die, mage.
Give me sound.
Man, this is razor thin. That's a nice card.
Reporting for duty.
For the face, huh?
Man,
Oh man,
he's
that's
gotta get his last hurrah in before you kill him.
Reporting for duty.
Possible.
Mind if I roll knee?
I do mind, by the way.
No, you don't. Nobody minds if I roll need. Get out of here. I think you might have pulled this out, unless I get a really lucky card. Next card. I think this is a GG. Nicely done, by the way. This has been pretty solid.
It was very solid.
Oh, he doesn't even get the loot hoarder. Well, let's see what I can get from the loot hoarder. I want to kill you. That's not bad.
2 cards.
Hmm.
You have some stuff. You have some stuff that would be tough for me to deal with. Do it with silence.
Reporting for duty.
Interesting, opting to silence that instead of silence your walker and then your walker on.
Yeah, I'm trying to go safe here.
I hear it. I hear it.
Follow the rules.
See, there you go. I mean, it seems like I made the right decision here. A 1/5 that attack. A 1/5 that attacks is not nearly as scary.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
The frost wolves for duty.
Oh, God. Why did you have to not have Tyrion? Why couldn't you let me draft Tyrion?
Sorry.
Blame it on that.
I got this.
I got this. Man, this is back and forth right here.
Okay, we needed this. We needed this.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 8 health? Oh, this is so crazy. Oh my god.
We needed that card.
Every single time I think one... Wow.
I need 8. I gotta get that 8.
Every single time I think one of us is won, this happens.
Oh my lord. Oh,
Reporting for duty.
that's all. I might have one.
Oh my god, this is crazy. This is the closest constructed draft we've ever done. By far.
Very close. It's very close.
Oh no. Oh, what? Oh, so basically, I need a lethal. I need 1 damage.
Yeah, I figured, and you probably just drew your Avenging Wrath.
I did
You haven't
not.
played any of it. Ah.
But I think that does it.
Reporting for duty.
So
Can't handle.
8.
I'm gonna leave. I really am gonna leave. It's not there.
I am gonna kill that guy though. I don't want you. I want you to be able to proc. Oh, dude, you almost out of cards? Oh no.
None.
Oh! Oh, look at that! Oh my god! Oh my god!
If only I had the heal.
Oh,
The
that's-
heal would keep going.
That's so
I don't have
sick!
the heal, so make it as close as I can make it.
Oh, that is so sick. Oh, you are 2 damage shy. Oh wait.
4 damage shy.
No. If you just had, you needed to kill my 5/4. Your 8/8 could have killed my 8/8, and then your
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
Dude, well played, man. GG.
Oh, nice. That was close.
That was really close, guys. So that was our 3rd ever constructed draft, Paladin edition. That was incredibly fun. So moving right along, we're gonna talk a little bit about Fight Night. This is season 3, episode 1 was today, and Tarn and I had a chance to watch it. If anyone did not and you want to watch it without spoilers, please stop watching the show or mute it for the next 5 to 10 minutes. So for those of you who have watched it or want to hear about it, ESGN hosted their 3rd season of Fight Night, episode 1, Doggy House versus Team Liquid Value. And let's just talk a little bit about it here. Some of the interesting changes. They had a couple player changes. Kriparian is now commentating, and Kyoku, a new player for Liquid Value. And the first match was Strifecrow versus Nimsh. And do you want to talk a little about that, Tarn?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a matchup that people were excited to see. Strifecrow had beaten Nimsh in the first 2 appearances that they've had. Technically 6-0, he 3-0'd him both times. So this was a rematch to get things going, and I think people were excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, it was a really good rematch, and I found that as with the previous ESGN Fight Nights, great entertainment value, great production value. The players are wonderful. You really like watching them, so it was a great experience all in all. Though, as with what I'm finding on the ladder, I found a lot, and in some recent tournaments, I found a lot of different. The meta seems to have changed. It really feels like in the last few months there has been a significant amount of aggression, and all of this aggression has really taken over. And so while you saw Strifecrow playing a very traditional set of decks, you found Nimsh playing a ultra aggressive hunter. And this is what a lot of people are seeing on the ladder, certainly what I'm seeing on the ladder. And I absolutely felt like it mimicked the meta. And this hunter deck absolutely demolished through all 3 of Strifecrow's decks. There were a couple close games, but the level of aggression was just it was overwhelming.
Yeah, it really was. The interesting note is the deck that you're seeing, you are probably all too woefully familiar with on the ladder now, unless you, of course, play it yourself, and then you're, happily familiar with it. The interesting note was when Season 3 was recorded, when these games took place, it was literally like the day after the patch hit, the day after they Unleash the Hounds and all that. So it was interesting to see that they did come up with what has basically become the standard hunter aggressive deck, pretty much on the fly. They were traveling when the patch hit to Germany, and they arrived and kind of came up with this hyper aggressive hunter deck, and as we saw today, it just was just too much to handle, too much aggression. The games got close, but the damage was done early. That the finishing cards just came in at the right times because of all the damage that was done on the front end of the game.
And as he's known for it, he got some really good Nimsh luck just when he needed it. So it was interesting. But they were fun.
Moments of that.
They weren't the best games to learn from. I found that it was pretty straightforward. The Hunter aggro deck, as well as a lot of aggro decks, tend to be fairly straightforward. There are moments here and there, but overall it isn't. And it was one Hunter versus 3 other decks, so you didn't see a lot of variety from the hero versus hero games. But I will say that I am really excited to see the future episodes and see what comes out of this new season, because as I found on the ladder in the last few weeks, aggro is king. I mean, it is back, not just in tournaments, not just on the ladder, but even in local small tournaments as well as the televised ones. Everybody is playing aggro, and if they're not playing aggro, they're playing a kind of a burst damage deck where they sort of try to get a little bit of damage done in the early game, transition to the mid to late game, and then you find these incredible combos like with Rogue into Van Cleef, like large Van Cleef or large Questing Adventurer combinations, or you find, let's say, Shaman combinations with Leroy Jenkins, a Rock Biter, a Flame Tongue Totem, and maybe even possibly a Wind Fury. And that's a lot of what you're seeing on the ladder these days, as well as ultra-aggressive Warlocks.
Yeah, things have been shifting into the aggression. We're also seeing a lot of aggro warriors out there, just getting in the charge, getting in the weapons, getting in the damage, running the Frothering Berserkers as well. Just everything damage, damage, damage.
Yep.
Things that aren't direct damage would charge right away, like the Berserkers are getting pumped up by your damaging minions. Definitely agree, a lot of that. Back on the tournament, it will be interesting to see in the following days how it plays out, because one change that they did make in the format is that Nimsh, or anyone who wins, will not be able to start with the same deck twice. So he won't be able to open with his Hunter deck tomorrow. So we will see a different deck out of him, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because he'll have to mix up the strategy, which is also interesting. He knew that going in.
Yep.
So he picked the Hunter knowing that full well going in, so he's obviously got a game plan there.
Well, props to him and his team for picking the Hunter, because there really isn't another type of Hunter deck. I mean, I know you were playing around with one, but for the most part, in competitive play, there really isn't another kind of Hunter. So if you're going to possibly 3-0 somebody and make your deck known, that's the perfect deck to do it. And then you get to switch into something new, possibly throwing them off. So I think that's going to work out incredibly well for Doggy House.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it definitely sets them up nice, and so it should be an interesting season moving forward from this first round. But this first round, while it was interesting to see, there wasn't too much action going on. It was pretty straightforward. Hunter to the face, 3 wins straight, pretty quick.
Yeah. And I liked what you were saying about the warrior aggro. I wanted to touch on that as well. This warrior aggro, it's an all-out aggressive deck. There are so many cards like a Leper Gnome. I mean, it's just all about putting damage to the face. And he does, the warrior, of course, has a lot of good weapons, the Gorehowl, and a lot of late-game minions. And all of these serve, as well as a ton of small minions in the early game, to just wipe your player out, wipe your hero out. And you see a lot more of this, too, with the Druid, with the sort of the burst damage combinations. And you're finding that, at least I'm finding, that on the ladder, it's really hard to survive unless you have a fair amount of control. And by fair, I mean a lot more than you normally have. Or if you're just going to, try to race them and out-aggro them. So unless your deck is incredibly aggro and you're going to try to make it more aggressive, I really feel like the best option is to sort of find a little bit more control, a little bit more let's say, AoE or maybe particular to your hero way of dealing with it. And that's what I've been doing with my shaman, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second. But Tarn, how have you been dealing with this?
Absolutely, I agree. The two main decks that I'm playing with currently on the ladder are a paladin, and the way I deal with that is my paladin is super heavy on the healing. Also has plenty of the AoE in forms of equality, consecration, one wild pyromancer, and of course the two avenging wraths. But it also has a potential for 32 hit points of healing in the deck, and so my objective there is to just stave things off, let them burn out their cards with their aggression, and hopefully win in the late game.
Yeah.
The other deck that I've been using is actually kind of my own take on a hunter deck, which is not an aggressive hunter deck. However, its weakness, to be fair, is actually relatively weak to these hyper-aggressive decks. So if I'm running into tons and tons and tons of hyper-aggression, I usually switch over to the paladin.
Yeah. No, I think I totally agree. And I've played your paladin deck. It is a real pain in the butt. That thing has so much healing. It is really hard to take out. Even the burst damage decks struggle. They can do it. Like the traditional warrior deck with Alexstrasza to go down to 15, Gromish for 7, and then, Gromish for 12, and the Gorehowl for 7, does allow you a sort of warrior to get through that amount of healing because it's so quick, but overall it's really tricky. For me, my warrior and my druid handle the amount of aggression fairly well, but my shaman has been really lacking and getting run over. So what I did was I removed Leroy Jenkins and the Wind Fury spell, because I already have Alakir in there for a Wind Fury combination, and use those two cards out of the deck to put 2 Wild Pyromancers in, sort of harkening back or circa the original Blood Imp, where there was a lot of aggressive warlocks constantly hitting the face, overly aggressive, and the Wild Pyromancers were an amazing card to deal with that level of aggression, as well as being a decent 2-drop with 3 attack and 2 health. And I found since that shift, I noticed about 80% of my matches were against aggressive or burst damage decks. Since that shift, my win rate has skyrocketed, and I have a bunch of videos up on my YouTube, CNegrin, YouTube/CNegrin, showing the new deck in action, how it deals with all of this, as well as why I came to this type of a deck. And I didn't want to change too much about the Shaman deck I played, my main, because I really like how it feels. So that's a little bit of something that we're going to talk more about as we transition to the next phase. We can finish up any thoughts on this, but I'm just going to jump back to the agenda as we sort of get ready to transition to the last segment, which will be cooperative laddering. So any thoughts on what we were just talking about, Tarn?
Yeah, the addition of the Wild Pyromancer, it's one of those cards that in control decks keeps hopping in and out of decks. But the addition of putting them back in is really strong, especially when you're running up against hunters. Almost all of the minions that hunters are running with charge actually only have 1 hit point of life. At the most, they have 2 hit points of life.
Yeah.
So you're able to get that extra burst of AoE and clear them out early. And at the worst case scenario, it's still a 3/2 minion that you can drop down on the board to just use just minion to minion to clear things out.
Yeah.
And that becomes really important with dealing with these charged creatures. So
Absolutely.
I think the changes that you made, I think, were wise. It's always tough to lose something like your finishing potential in Leroy Jenkins.
Yep.
However, with so much of the aggression going on, you may find yourself just not even getting to use Leroy anyway. So shoring up that early game just becomes important if you're playing the control.
Leroy was certainly a great finisher, but one of the most situational cards I have. And the card it paired well with was the Wind Fury, which is also the most situational card I had. So I got rid of both of those. And Alakir, while being situational, has a lot more variety of options. It's a taunter. It already has Wind Fury. It combos with Rock Biters as well as Flame Tongue Totems the way Leroy does. And while being a little bit more mana, 8 mana instead of 4, you can't really play him till around the 9 mana turn to get the full value out of his Wind Fury with a Rock Biter. But you can certainly hold off till then better with a couple Wild Pyromancers in the deck. So I've kind of gone with that shift. There's always a possibility to remove Alakir and put in Leroy, but right now I'm really happy with the deck. So with that, I think maybe we'll begin some cooperative laddering.
Sounds great.
All right, so my deck list is posted up here on the side, and I hope it's the correct deck list, and it looks like it is. So, cooperative laddering basically is where I play on the ladder with my deck, and Tarn and I discuss the hands very quickly because there's not a lot of time, and sort of determine the best course of action. And as I have a rogue that I'm up against, I've pulled Hex, Karn Bloodhoof, Feral Spirit, and Lightning Storm. And I usually have found in the most recent games against Rogue that the Lightning Storm is an important card, but it's tricky because a lot of people have been getting rid of their coined out scrubs. So it's a tricky one, but I tend to want to keep the Feral Spirit and the Lightning Storm. But at the very least, I'm thinking Lightning Storm. Tarn, how would you approach this?
I would agree with that. I would probably keep them both. Keep in mind that you have the coin, so you do not have to worry about the coined out scrubs.
Yes.
However, scrubs off of, say, a backstab is still a very, very relevant thing to watch out for.
Okay.
So I think, I think keeping them both is just a good way to play it safe. It is a lot of early on overload.
Yeah.
But if you're keeping that board clear, then you're keeping yourself safe.
And I do have 2 Earth Shocks, and I just drew another Feral Spirit. So I have an incredible amount of removal and taunt. So I think, you might disagree, but I think right now my goal should be sustain until I can get to the mid to late game where I'm going to have a lot of stronger cards.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're definitely looking very good to clear boards with the 2 Earth Shocks,
I
2
tend
Ferals,
to,
and the Lightning Storm.
Yeah, on turn 2 I tend to bring out a totem and not bring out the Ferals yet, and bring out the Ferals on turn 3, allowing myself to coin 2 additional Ferals on the following turn. Would you play it differently and bring the Ferals out early?
No, I think you're definitely fine to bring out the totem, especially since he didn't put anything on board. Yeah. Now, if he wants to get hyper aggressive, he could use a backstab combination off the totem, but that would be actually a good thing for you anyway.
Yeah. I've been finding, as we wait for him to take his turn, that whenever I have a Lightning Storm and Feral Spirits, I want to play the Ferals first. As long as I'll be able to Lightning Storm the next turn, I want to kind of whittle his minions on the board down before I start to Lightning Storm them so I can guarantee the kills. What do you think of that strategy versus Lightning Storming and then Feral Spirits?
I like the minions first. I like establishing that board presence. I mean, if he doesn't have, sometimes your Feral Spirits are just enough. Just enough to overwhelm his minions anyway.
Yeah.
So I definitely like getting that presence out there for sure.
And I've just drawn an additional Lightning Storm, so I have 2 Lightning, 2 Feral, 2 Earth Shock, a Hex, and a coin. So I played the Ferals. I've actually never had this hand against a Rogue. It's really kind of odd. You'd really think I have nothing else in my deck but removal and Ferals, but I do, I promise. There's a deck list right there. It's right there. You're
gonna draw your 2 Lightning Bolts next, and then your 2 Rock Biters.
And then my 2... as long as I don't get the Rock Biters, I do love to save those for late game with Alec here. He's playing a Blood Mage, and he's gonna backstab one of my minions. 1 minion down. And...
Did he backstab an attack, or did he...
No, because of the Blood Mage, the backstab killed it. And he's sapping another minion of mine, returning it to my hand.
Oh, okay. Thalanos, okay, Blood Mage, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Blood Mage Thalanos, yep. And I have 2 mana, and I think this is a good opportunity since I really don't want to coin out Ferals at the moment, although I could. I could actually bring out one of my Ferals for 2, because now the Spirit Wolf is 2, and I could coin an Earth Shock and kill the Blood Mage without him drawing a card. And the reason I might do that is because next turn I can Yeti, and it's fine. I'll be able to Yeti anyway. So what are your thoughts on that?
I like that a lot. I mean, you don't want to use you don't want to coin into anything that you're using for 3 right now.
Right.
And the Ferals, again, won't help you.
Right.
And neither will the Lightning Storm, but keeping him from getting that extra card is very nice.
And so I'm going to bring out the 1 Spirit Wolf for 2, and coin out, get a little bit more board presence, and kind of negate his sap, which was a 2 cost, yep. So I basically negated it. He's got 5 cards, I've got 6 and board presence, and we're at about even health. And I'm going to get into my late game now, so It doesn't feel like this was an early aggressive rogue. It feels more like a late game rogue with the saps. So this might still be a really good fight, is what I'm feeling from what I've seen so far.
Now I think that we have to be aware of are things like watching out for him setting up those massive combos with Leroy Jenkins and Vanish combos.
Or Van Cleef and Vanish, or Questing Adventurer.
Questing Adventurer using preparation to draw a whole bunch of cards.
So,
absolutely, of course,
yep.
you would be much more happy to see a Van Cleef combo because you could hex it.
Sure. So I have 5 mana, and I have 3 I could spend on the Feral, or I could bring out a Chill Wind. And next turn I'll have 6. So if I overload myself, next turn I'll have 4. So I can do the Ferals now and a Totem, and then next turn bring out the Chill Wind. And I think the advantage to the Feral is that with Assassin's Blade on board, actually he doesn't want to kill his Assassin's Blade. That would be a real waste of the weapon. So it could go either way. What would you do?
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, if he used the Blade Fury, he would waste at least 2 hits with the Blade.
Yeah.
But he could do that potentially to clear out the Feral Spirits.
It would actually waste 3 hits because he couldn't hit through the Ferals. So I think it's actually not a bad...
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think the Ferals is nice.
Okay.
Ferals is probably a Totem.
Yeah. Okay, agreed. And I have a Lava Burst in my hand that I drew, by the way. And I have 3 totems now, so it wouldn't be bad for him to burn it, but I still think it's just as good for me as it is for him. Also,
absolutely.
One thing I want to bring up, these decks usually run Assassinate, so I do have to be careful with my big minions. So, he's just taking his sweet time. And one thing I like about bringing out the totems, the taunts, here's a Questing Adventurer, is he's going to bring out a big combo, but no matter what, he can't attack into it. So here's the Questing Adventurer. Here's an SI Agent. Alright. And what is he doing now? Preparation. Okay, here we go. It's a 4/4 now. And Blade Fury. Now he killed his weapon and wiped the board. Alright, he's got a 5/5 and a 3/3. Now, I could literally just kill this with Earth Shock and a Lightning Storm, but I also have the capability to use my Lava Burst and just kill it straight away. So,
I wonder.
I think, yeah, I'd say either the Earth Shock.
I can always hex it too. And not take any overload.
A lot of cards, so
yeah.
I would try to use as few cards as possible on your end.
Okay.
Just to keep that advantage going really strong. Yeah. However, let's see, you do have 4 mana.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one thing is that the SI Agent might survive, but.
Yeah. Let's see. It might. You have 2 storms.
Yeah.
I think rolling that dice is probably pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Here. At worst case scenario, you're going to take 3 extra damage from that survived SI Agent.
Yep. It's dead. It's dead.
Nice. Very nice.
He's got 2 cards. I've got 5. 28 health to 25. We're on turn 7. Next turn I'll have 5 mana, capable of playing a Yeti, or Nat Pagal and a Lava Burst, or Hex. And he's just playing a weapon, it looks like. And he passes. So, with 5 mana, I'm inclined to Yeti, but I could also Nat Pagal and Wild Pyromancer. I've got quite a few options.
Right. Keep in mind, since he didn't attack with the weapon, that he most likely has Deadly Poison.
No, he did attack with the weapon. He did. Yep. No, it's okay.
Then he most likely does not have
Deadly Poison.
So
right.
that's good.
Right.
Yeah, I might be for... he hasn't been playing this small minions, so I might be for Nat and the Pyromancer at this point, actually.
Okay. The one thing I got to be careful of is it'll start to... it'll limit my spell usage.
It will, but you'll just have to make sure to use your spells before you play minions.
You know what else? I could also just do a totem instead of the pyro.
That's true. Maybe I'd go for the totem and Nat.
Yeah, it's safer, I think. think that's fine.
It is safer.
I'm gonna have 8 mana next turn. I can pretty much play anything I want. Nat did not draw that lazy bum. Okay, Gadgetson's coming out, looking like he's gonna try to do some spells. Backstab for 2 on my Nat Pagal. Looks like he's gonna try to draw a lot of cards here. And does he have anything else? Looks like he's got something. Okay, and Eviscerate on my Nat Pagal, drawing an additional card. So he's getting...
That's pretty nice for you.
Yeah.
He used a whole Backstab, Eviscerate combo on Nat himself.
He's getting desperate, and he kills my totem. So let's see what I draw. I want... Oh, wait, he's got a 0. He's going to Shadow Step and return the gadgets into his hand. Nicely done. That worked out really well.
That still draws one last card for him, doesn't it?
Correct. So he's got 3 cards in hand.
That does mean he was trying to set up a Leroy Jenkins, by the way, if he's running Shadow Step in
Okay.
there.
So
turning it.
I can Yeti with 8 mana, and I can Lava Burst. That'll overload me, but at this point I'm not really sure what else I'd want to do. Yeti Totem.
Probably Yeti Totem. I mean, I would save the Lava Burst for, you know, potentially clearing out that Gadgeton when he plays it next turn.
And what about the Pyromancer? I'll have 2 extra mana for that. Tricky. You know what? I've got the mana. Maybe I'll keep it in my hand. Yeah, let's keep it in my hand. Now he's got 4 cards, including the Gadgetzin, which I'm sure is going to come out right now, and it does. Alright, and he's going to... What's he going to do here? Okay, he's going to give it +4 attack. So now it's an 8/4.
That looks like it'll be nice Lava Burst for
Fan,
next target.
yep, Fan of Knives. And he's just drawing cards all day.
He's so fishing.
Yeah.
He's fishing.
Yeah.
You've got him in really good shape because he wants to be setting up attacking combos instead of buffing a creature that can attack.
And he's giving his minion stealth until next turn.
Ooh, okay. Well, you do have at least a taunt in place.
Yeah. The other thing, though, is I could put down the Pyro and Lightning Storm, and it's a pretty likely chance. You know what? I can do that and see if I get the correct totem. I'm gonna see if I can get.
Yeah, if you're thinking about it, I would definitely test the totem first.
I got the right totem, so it's over. I think I should do it.
Yeah, absolutely. He just spent all those cards buffing it. And you still have the Hex and the Lava Burst or anything else that's super scary that comes down.
Oh, he's not gonna like that.
Because he's counting on busting your taunt with his weapon next turn.
Yep. Which the taunt is no more. So I've got a 4/3 Yeti, a 0/1 Wrath of Air Totem, and a 3/1 Wild Pyromancer, with 2 Hexes, a Lava Burst, and a Lightning Bolt. And hopefully I'll start to get some of my big minions, because I've got a ton of big stuff in here, as you guys can see on the upper left-hand corner. But nothing at the moment in my hand.
Yeah, they should start rolling in. The Fire Elementals, Alakir, Asher Drakes.
Yep. And bear in mind, he has used both Fan of Knives now, and he's used one of his 2 Eviscerates, as well as a Gadgetzin, and a lot of his combo spells.
As well as a Backstab.
Okay, he's given his weapon Deadly Poison, and he is going to finish off the Yeti. So he's cleared my board. Very well done. And he is at 19 health to my 24, and I did draw the Fire Elemental, so that's going to be the play to the face. And a Totem, which I receive a Taunt Totem, which is perfect. I love
very
you.
Nice, very nice.
I love you, Taunt Totem. So this is looking good. He's played 2 gigantic combos, which had 0 effect, but costing me removal. He's played through most of his deck. He's still got 5 cards in hand, because he did play them incredibly efficiently. I have 16 cards, but I'm in no real danger of dying with 24 health. I think the Leroy that you talked about earlier is the big thing I need to be afraid of.
Right, but he did play already one of those,
Shadow
what
Step.
is it, Banish or Shadow Steps. He also did play one of the Cold Bloods,
Yep.
which, that's the thing, is the huge combo is Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy, Shadow Step,
Yep.
Leroy, Cold Blood.
Yep.
3 attacks with the Leroy, with the Cold Blood being on the end of it.
Totally. So he Shadow Stepped my Fire Elemental. I mean, he sapped my Fire Elemental, and I drew a Yeti. So with a Yeti at 4 and a Fire Elemental at 6, I think I'm just going to bring them out on board, both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. He just gave you free extra damage to hit his
Not
face
free.
with.
It did cost me 6 mana, but I'm okay with that.
Well, since he didn't bring out any other creatures on board, it is
Yeah.
kind of a little bit free.
No, I'm just messing with you. I think you've called it. So with 2 Hex, a Lava Burst, and a Lightning Bolt at 13 health, I have 10 on board. It's pretty close, but what do you think I should be looking for here as a way to end this thing, assuming he can clear some of this?
So many options.
Well, if he does damage to you right now, then you gotta still be wary of the Leroy combo.
He did
He
just
shouldn't be able
he
to
just
kill you.
shivved me for 1 damage to my face instead of to the minions.
Yeah, he's got something up his sleeve. He's looking to set up a combo, so if he doesn't unload on you right now, you might want to try to draw into a taunt totem, or maybe even hex one of your own guys if you
Yeah.
don't have lethal. But I think if he doesn't clear you, you are going to have lethal on him.
Yeah.
So
He just brought out Leroy. He's looks like he's going to go for my minion. Yep, he's going for the Fire Elemental.
yeah.
And he's going to go for my face. And he is now at 13 health. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, I can kill him with Lightning Bolt, Rock Biter, and Lava Burst.
Oh, excellent. And that's what we do. Yeah, so he was still looking for it. It was still there. But being able to burn his combos early on with so much taunt, so much board control is really what put a wrench in his plans.
Yeah, and you know what I think was most important about that game was that from the first 2 or 3 cards played or not played, you can really get a handle on what kind of rogue you're up against. And we determined it fairly early. We talked about it in the mid-ish game, but I think we both kind of figured it out incredibly early, making us aware that a couple taunt totems would be important, saving that removal for those critical combinations, which we saw 2 or 3 of, 3 if you count the Gadgetzan twice, and then just allowing yourself to have the removal to successfully and efficiently wipe it out.
Oh, absolutely. The quicker you're able to determine that, definitely the better. When some of the tells were just no early minions.
Yep.
And then obviously it's a dead giveaway once you get to the Gadgetzan. But
Yeah.
which is still pretty early on. The fact that we were able to determine it, before turn 4 is solid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, this is my traditional deck. Oh, this is the deck I just showed you. And the only real difference between that deck and the normal deck I played, this one I call the Real Finisher, is in the Real Finisher I have a Wind Fury and I have a Leroy, but I've removed those cards to allow myself the capability to have a little more AoE and that 3/2 on board from the Pyro. Yeah, Tarn, thank you very much. This was a lot of fun. This was one of my favorite shows yet. I think a bunch of great segments slammed together for a packed hour of Hearthstone. This is such a great game. We love to explore the game, explore the world, and as I've said, just have a bunch of fun with it. So thank you so much for co-hosting with me this week. It's been delightful.
Absolutely. It's been a blast as always. As always, I look forward to it every week. 10 down, hopefully a little bit more than 10 to go.
Yeah, man. Well, I can say for sure you have secured your job, so well done.
All right.
I want to say thank you to everyone at iHeartU. Thank you to everybody watching here on Twitch and everyone watching on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys coming out, checking out the show. If you have any comments or suggestions, we do Q&As often. You're more than welcome to come out live and talk to us about what decks you're working on and what you're thinking about the game, the meta, tournaments, what have you. Yeah, so with those closing words, I want to say everybody check out the Fight Night, ESGN Fight Night on Twitch TV, and also check out my other videos on youtube.com/CNEGRIN. It's down here at the bottom of the screen. And you can check out Tarn on Twitter and Twitch as well. Tarn33 on Twitch. And Twitter, I think it's just Tarn or Tarn Bull.
Yeah, we got Tarn Bull on Twitter, Tarn33 on Twitch. I'm in the process of moving currently, so my streams are very limited. But here, coming up in a little bit more than a week, I will be back to kind of nightly streams, and that's where you can find me. Yeah,
and Tarn streams all sorts of games. Diablo, Hearthstone, StarCraft, SimCity. Really great stream. A lot of fun, great energy. And I tune in all the time, so you can find us there messing around when I'm not asleep. But, yeah, thank you all for coming out. And anybody mind if I roll mead?